Good afternoon, good morning, good evening viewers, wherever you are. Happy to be with you once again. Lwanga Evelyn Allen is my name once again, and I'm always happy to be with you. Thank you for liking us, liking our programs, liking our page. Thank you for all your compliments. Thank you for supporting us through and through. It's a privilege always to be with you, for us to share, to keep sharing these moments together. Today, we want to have another round of self-evaluation of what we've been talking about and see how we are faring on. You know, it's one thing for us to keep talking, and it's another for us to evaluate ourselves and see how we are standing. These programs, these talks must prompt us to action, positive action, to whereby we don't remain the same. We've done some bit of evaluation, what we talked about. I'll not go back into that. But today I want us to talk about fear and winning and mindsets. We talked about a winning mindset, that is a positive mindset, and a negative mindset. We said that a positive mindset is a growth mindset, is a winning mindset, whereby you see an opportunity in every situation. I mean, we don't see problems or issues. We make sure that we succeed in every situation. That's a winning mindset. However high the challenge may be, the winning mindset will always say, yes, I can. Yes, I will. And on the contrary, the negative mindset will always see a problem in every situation. For example, we have this COVID era, but the negative mindset is saying, it is done, I'm finished, I'm through, I'm dead, I'm dying, I'm dead. But unlike the winning mindset, which sees what they can do in this COVID era, for example, we talked about how can we take advantage of the situation here, and how can we create income in this environment, how can we stay afloat even in this pandemic era. That's a winning mindset. But a negative mindset wants to remain in their comfort zone. They don't want to grow, they don't want to take challenges, they don't want to take risks. They want to stay in their comfort zone. But now, the big question is, since we started talking about these mindsets, what have we done to better ourselves? And we say that most of the time, what makes people stay in the negative mindset is fear. You know, we fear so many things, and fear comes to everybody. But we must develop that winning mindset, which says, which gets out of that, and like King David said, he did not fear the bear, he did not fear Goliath. He went out and said, I can, oh king, I can. Remember, we are told that King David was a small boy. He was not a giant like Goliath was. But because of the winning mindset that he had, he went and challenged Goliath. Today, we also have our Goliaths. So many of them. And that we must create that winning, develop that winning mindset within us, to whereby we say, we can challenge that Goliath. We can challenge that giant. However big the challenge may be, however strong the giant may be, it must be incumbent upon us to develop that winning mindset. Let us run away from fear. If David was in that a negative mindset, he would have run away from the moment he saw Goliath. He would have run away from him. He wouldn't have faced him. And one funny thing, the big shield and sword that Goliath had did not intimidate David. No, they didn't intimidate him. Instead, he said, give me those 5 smooth stones. They are the ones I'm going to use. Meaning that it's not about how massive a tool, a fighting tool you may have, but how have you sharpened? How have you sharpened what you have? Your 5 small, smooth stones. I don't think they were so big. They were small. They were small. But he ensured that he braced his brain. He conditioned his mind to winning. He conditioned his mind to winning. And we saw that in the finality, David had Goliath down on the ground. That is what we are talking about that's what we mean when we're talking about a winning mindset, a growth mindset, whereby there is no fear with a winning mindset. There is no fear. David didn't fear. Another person I can talk to you about who had a winning mindset was Queen Esther. Queen Esther said that if I perish with the rest of everybody, it's okay, I will perish. But she ensured that she did not condition her mind to fear. She conditioned her mind to win. And that's the kind of mindset we are talking about. Now, my dear friend, my dear brother, my dear sister, in this environment, in this great challenge, the pandemic era, the COVID era, and many other pandemics around you, many other challenges around you, around us, what kind of mindset are you developing? What kind of mindset have you developed? Have you totally given up on starting up something? Remember, it's only a winning mindset, a growth mindset that develops dreams. Now, if you don't have a dream, there is no way you are going to get yourself up like Samson. He was determined to die with the Philistines. He said, let come what may, just like Queen Esther. Let come what may. If I perish, I perish. But I'm not going to let it get over me. Now, my dear brother, my dear sister, what are you doing for yourself? Have you already started up something? Or are you still in that comfort zone, still fearing to start up something simply because the economy has totally gone down? Or are you taking advantage of the situation? Have you started up something? I mean that income generating activity. Yes, you can start up something, but an income generating activity that will help you and enable you to realize your dream. In any case, do you have a dream? We say that you may not have developed a dream, but this is the time for us to define our dreams. You still can go back and define your dream. It's not yet too late. Define it. Sit down and write it down. What is that you want to be? How do you want to live the rest of your life? Envisage yourself 2 years from now, or let me say 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now. Where do you envisage yourself to be? Still being employed, or you employing somebody? Not just somebody, but employing others. Where do you see yourself? Already married, or you still want to stay in daddy and mommy's home, in the comfort zone? Where do you see yourself? Still renting, or already in your own home? Because it is so comfortable. So, we are talking about getting out of our comfort zones. There is no growth in the comfort zone. There is no growth at all in the comfort zone if we are to realize our dreams. My brother, my sister, wherever you are, what is your dream? Have you defined your dream? What are the strategies that you've laid in realizing your dream? What are your goals? Have you defined them? Are they leading you to your dream, or are you still in your comfort zone? So those are some of the things we talked about. A growth mindset, which is a positive mindset, and a negative mindset, which wants to stay in their comfort zone. Remember, we said there is no growth in the comfort zone. Many of you have gotten to us. We are so glad, and you've told us that you've started up something, and you are already on your way to building your dream. You're on your way building your dream. That's the kind of mindset that you're talking about. We talked about fear. Many people fear to start. They keep giving all sorts of excuses. You know, that's a negative mindset, which gives excuses all the time. We are told, do ABCD, but you say, you know, a lot of excuses. And eventually, we end up not doing anything. We end up not starting up anything because of the many excuses we have. They are so many. There are so many. The excuses are so many. Somebody asked a question. Not a question, made a statement and said, every day you are free to wake up and get yourself ready, chase your dreams, or you are ready to wake up and still stay in your comfort zone. But remember, the world is not going to wait for you. The world is not at a standstill waiting for you. It is moving on. And by the time you're waking up to want to catch up with it, maybe it may be too late. Maybe. But we want to ensure that we take advantage of the situation. We take advantage of what we're going through now, to whereby we realize our dreams. Get out of that fear. We said one of the ways of overcoming fear is to exactly do that which you fear to do. If you fear to go out and start up that business, it's exactly what you should go out and do. We talked about parenting, remember? Many of us parents fear to talk to our children, especially the teenagers. When it comes to sexuality, sexual matters, we fear to talk to them. Now, who is going to talk to those children? Or are you still fearing to talk to them? Or are you taking advantage of this situation to whereby you have developed that winning mindset, that positive mindset, and you've determined to talk to your children? You've determined to be a parent to your children. You've determined to make a difference in that home. Daddy, mommy, to whereby you make your children your friends, whereby you make your children feel loved in that home. You make your children feel they are part of the family, not strangers in the family. You know, there are some parents who feel so good when the children are at school, in the boarding school. They feel so good because they feel there's nobody to bother them. But that shouldn't be so. Remember, we got these children from God. We ask God that, God, may you bless us with these children. And God blessed us. Now, is it really fair for us to run away from them? Is it really fair for us not to engage them with whatever we are doing? Is it really fair for us not to parent them and to just make them grow, just leave them grow like wild plants? Then at the end of the day, we want to think that we've done our part as parents? No. Let's evaluate ourselves. Parents, we are being given enough time with our children. Are we taking quality time with our children? How many of us have even told them, that story which your mother told you, which your daddy told you when you were young? Have you told it to your children? Have you engaged your children? Have you asked them to tell you stories? Grandma, grandpa, are you engaging your grandchildren? Or you still fear to talk to them? What should cause you to fear to talk to your own children? This is the time for us to rise up to the challenge and talk to our children. It's the time for us as parents to befriend our children. Let that fear go. Let it go. Nobody's going to love our children like we love them. Nobody's going to talk to our children and nurture them the way we ought to do so as they are their own parents. Let that fear go. That thing which you fear to do most, rise up and do it. Have an evening chat, fireside chat with them, and let it be, somehow we just have to start. We talked about creating that quality time for them. You may not have the money to celebrate their birthdays in style, like maybe you used to, but you still can celebrate their birthdays in style. Remember, we talked about that. One person gave us an example, how they just bought some meat and they just did roasted meat outside in their compound, in the moonlight. They did that for the birthday girl. That made a difference in her life. Not only in this girl's, the daughter's life, but in the life of the whole family. Because everybody else was involved. Everybody else felt they were loved. Everybody else felt they were part of the activity, the family activity. The family fiber was being built. Now, Daddy, Mommy, now that the lockdown is being eased, have we gone back to our usual ways? Or are we building on that which we started doing? Have we started? Are we building on that? If you started, made that birthday bash, that moonlight birthday bash for that daughter, you have maybe 4 of them. Why not do the same for the rest of them? You can no longer go out to maybe KFC. You can't go out to Tico's. You can't go out to those places where Cafe Javas, where I usually go and spend the birthday parties with them. You still can have a moonlight birthday party for each and every one of them. So let those family reunions continue. Let them continue. I mean, you'll even find out that you're saving a lot. You'll find out that you are saving quality time, you are saving finances, and you're bonding, which is the most important thing. You are bonding more and more as a family. So let those moonlight birthday parties continue. Let those moonlight bashes continue. Right in your own compounds, you will find out that you are doing that thing which you feared to do. And the fear will go. David had to face that Goliath. Maybe that's your Goliath. You fearing to talk to your child is your Goliath. But David didn't fear to face Goliath. He challenged Goliath. So, in the same way, that Goliath that you have, go and face that Goliath. Face him with those 5 smooth stones. You might be an eloquent talker. You might be somebody who pampers. Those are your 5 smooth stones. You might be somebody who is a good cook. Use that. Use that to face your Goliath in order to build that bond with your family. So fear is very deadly. It's a thief of everything. You'll not be able to start anything as far as income generation is concerned because of fear. You will not be able to start up embracing and building your family and bonding with your family simply because you fear to talk about those things which you think are taboo to you. So let that fear go. Don't fear. Face that Goliath. Face that Goliath, and you will be able to overcome it. We talked about network marketing and e-commerce lately, and still we talked about fear as one of the things which hinder people from going and realizing, going on to their next level of where they want to be in life, because they look at this network marketing as a giant, as a Goliath. They look at e-commerce, they look at the internet as a Goliath. But you can kill that Goliath. You can face your Goliath. You don't need to fear. One of the ways we said of overcoming fear is to acquire information about what you think you fear. Get appropriate information about that which you think you need but you fear to handle, and you will be able to overcome fear in that area. We talked about network marketing as one of the ways, one of the income generating activities that can help us to realize our dreams. It is something which has made people leave legacies. It is one thing which has made people build empires. It is one thing which has made people realize their dreams. While others want to remain in their comfort zones, while others are giving a lot of excuses, while others are busy building their fear, others are busy building their decision-making muscles to whereby they are already embracing it. We talked about e-commerce. E-commerce today is something we cannot run away from. Gone are the days when we used to make so many lines in the banks. Those days are gone. They're not there anymore. We do our banking online. Gone are the days when we would go to an eating cafe and you make orders physically there. Today we order online. People have embraced it. Look around you. Gone are the days when you have to walk to the road to pick up public means. Uber is right at your doorstep. They're just a call away. That's e-commerce. You don't need to go to the roadside in order for you to pick a cab, in order for you to pick up a public transport. You don't need to do that. They're just a call away. Now the issue is, do you still want to hustle, or do you still want to do things from the comfort of your home? E-commerce is the way to go. You just can't stay where you are today. You just can't. A friend of mine was telling me this when we talked about e-commerce. She went ahead and advertised her goods online. And know what? She has made a lot of sales. That past week, she made a lot of sales. Simply because her sales increased. I mean, she didn't have to walk to people's homes anymore. She didn't have to walk and hire a sitting place whereby she had to have her products displayed there. It was from the comfort of her home that she displayed her products online. And we saw she saw the difference between doing the ordinary trading, the traditional way of trading, and the e-commerce. So when she embraced that, I mean, she's just in heaven. So my dear friend, are you still operating traditionally? Do you still want to do things traditionally? By the way, gone may be the days of even preaching traditionally. Maybe. And we'll just be doing it like we're doing it today. Online. E-commerce. I mean, it's the way to go. Now, if the world is moving ahead and you still want to stay in the comfort of your traditional ways, I'm afraid we may be finalized to whereby we will not be realizing we will not be having business anymore. But the sooner we embrace this, the better for us. The sooner we realize that the world is moving ahead, the better for us. The sooner we realize and we adapt. In this life, we can give a lot of, like I said, we give a lot of excuses. You see, for me, I was born before computers. I'm a BBC. I don't know. I don't have the internet. I don't know how the internet works. The Internet of Things. I don't know how it works. I don't know what is the internet anyway. Me, I will want to do my things the usual way. We give a lot of excuses. I don't know how to do it. But remember, we said there's a lot of information for us. And they've always been the first time for us to do something. So, don't be left behind. Don't be left behind, my dear friend. Do away with all those excuses and embrace the technology that we have, that we've been given. It's all here for our own good, for us to maximize our well-being. Because in the finality, we are going to realize our dreams and live the kind of lives that we want to dream. So thank you so much for taking this evaluation tour with me. I believe there are still action points for us to take. Still go down and define your dream. Define where you want to be in the next 2 years, in the next 6 months, the next 2 years, the next 5 years. Don't forget, we are still in the pandemic era. We still need our masks wherever we go out, and we still need to sanitize and to social distance. Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope you've enjoyed the tour with me. God bless you so much.